Let me love you. Mm-hmm. All right, all right, all right. You don't have to lie. Yeah. The doctor's in the building. Yo, please. My guy. What's good? Yeah. Andrew Blizzard in the house tonight. What's good? Get in the building. Throwing a little music on. Look. Thing that I think to is the way it should be. All right, let me cut it off, folks. Let me cut it off before Facebook douses me. Good evening. Welcome to Love Less Than Lies. Hey, Dino, if I throw it back on, Facebook might mute me. So I only keep it on for a couple of seconds. But tonight we got a good one, y'all. Welcome in the building. You are in the building with the doctor, a.k.a. Coach Ken. Yes. Tonight. Put the children to bed. And let's talk grown folk talk. How about that? Tonight we're going to talk about, are you truly ready for your ideal relationship? You might think that you're in it. All right. You might be in it. But a lot of people aren't. So we're going to talk about, are you really ready? So, but without further ado, I want you to tell me where you're checking in from. All right, if you would, in the comments, tell me where you're checking in from. I'm going to check my phone so that I know everybody. We got a good one tonight, so we're going to have a big crowd in the building, okay? But where you checking in from? Mississippi, Nolens. We got Houston, Texas, Columbus, Ohio in the building. High Point, now Kakalaki. Yes. Woo, we got another one from Mississippi. All right, what's that? We got the ATL in the building, Anaheim, California. Yes. Wilmington, North Carolina. Now, Kakalaki. Okay, we got New York City in the building. Lizard Lock, North Carolina. Henderson, North Carolina. All right. Keep it coming, y'all. Where you calling from? Oh, boy, I sound crazy. All right, listen. So we got Atlanta, Brunswick. Listen, y'all. Thank you. Invite your friends and family because tonight we're going to get it in. We're going to have some fun. And if you decide you want to join the doctor on the broadcast, all you got to do is raise your hand and say, I do. You got a question, comment, or concern. All you got to do is say Ken, and I will send you the link. I will invite you in because I like to talk. I like to have friends, family, so we can get down and talk about some real stuff, talk about some grown folk stuff. All right, y'all. So this is what we're going to do. Tonight's topic is, are you ready? Are you ready for your ideal relationship? So let me read you the letter I got. Well, inbox I got, which I turned into a letter. All right. And so what I want to do is I want to get your opinion on this. All right. A good letter goes something a little bit like this. Says, Dear Ken, I've been in a relationship for 6 months. The relationship seems to be going very well. He's a very nice guy. He has a lot of the qualities that I like. However, there are things that he does that gets me upset. It's not that he's doing anything wrong. It just reminds me of my last relationship. Yep, I think it's going too good, just like my last relationship was going too good, and it ended in disaster. Maybe I'm just waiting for the next shoe to fall, and I'm not ready for a serious relationship. Coach, I want you to do a live. I want you to do a live on telling us how do we know we are ready for our ideal relationship? Signed, Janice. Signed, Janice. Now, so a lot of us, what's up, Big Raleigh? My guy, thank you for joining the broadcast. Listen, all right, y'all. So a lot of us, let me just say this. A lot of us want a great relationship. And I remember someone told me once that relationships would not be so hard if we did not expect them to be so easy. And I thought that was a profound thing that he said, because in that I began thinking about, right, that's true. We don't expect our jobs to be easy. We don't expect a degree to be easy. We don't expect, raising children to be easy, but we expect relationships to be easy. And so I wanted to do a live tonight on how you know you really not ready, and if you are ready. And so what I did was I said, all right, the doctor's going to do it on, you know what? All right, are you really ready for your ideal relationship? If he or she came into your life tomorrow, would you be ready? Would you say that I am improved enough? Would you say I am ready enough? I am balanced enough? I am healed enough? I can communicate well enough? I handle conflict resolution well enough to be in the relationship of my dreams? Now, you ain't got to answer that, because the doctor is going to give you, whether or not you're ready or not. So, that being said, let's get busy. So I told her, I said, I'm going to tell you the advice that I gave her, and I'm going to give the advice to everybody here. And I said this to her. I said, number one, I said, be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. And she was like, what you mean, coach? I said, you just might get it and everything that comes with it. You see, what we do is we think that if I get this great guy or if I get this great female, that I'm going to be happy. But see, what you don't realize is this, is you must be ready for the person, and you must be ready for everything that comes with the person. I'm not talking about necessarily bad stuff. I'll give you an example. So she tells me this guy she's looking for. He makes X number. Now, she said over 6 figures. He's tall, he's dark skinned, he's lean, all of these things. And I said to her, are you ready for that kind of guy? And she said, yeah. I said, so let me ask you this. Are you ready for when the other females like him and they're staring at him when you go everywhere? Are you ready for that? Are you ready for the looks, the snide remarks? Are you ready for females that really don't care about you, that are hitting on your guy? Are you ready for that? Okay. Are you ready for all of the things that come with that thing that you want? People say, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. And then I say, well, okay, are you ready for what comes with being a millionaire? See, what we look at is we look through tunnel vision, and we look on the outside at someone else's life. And we say, yeah, I want that. They do all of these rappers and stuff, got these Bentleys, they slamming money around, making it rain and all that. But y'all, the truth of the matter is, all of us got shit we're dealing with. All of us got problems. Money, I used to think money made you happy. It does not. Money is a satisfier for the moment. Okay? It does not bring happiness. Now, granted, you can do things with money, but money is nothing more than a tool. All right? I always tell people, listen, if you selfish as hell without money, you're going to be selfish as hell with money. Money simply magnifies more of what you are. So I told her, are you ready? Are you ready? She was like, I don't know, coach. I said, okay, well, let me give you the signs. And so tonight, I'm going to give you the signs to know that you're either ready for your ideal relationship or you're not. So I got 10 signs, but I probably won't give them all to you. Woo! Let me get a little music real quick before I get on. I'm going to get like 10 seconds of music just to get me hyped. Are you ready? Here we go. Around you, tell me, baby, can't you see that I love you right from the start? You're the crown in my heart, yeah. You don't want to lie to me. What's up? What's up, Pastor Michelle? That's my girl. Listen, we had a ball down in Charlotte. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining the broadcast tonight. Love, Lust, and Lies featuring the Dr. Ken Canion. How you know that you're not ready? All right, the first way you know is this. Is number one, these are in no particular order, but I do want you to understand that you can interchange them. Now, I'm not saying if you have one of these that you're not ready, because here is the misconception. The misconception is people think you need to be fully healed to be in another relationship, and that is not true. You don't have to be fully healed. You have to be in your healing journey to be in a relationship, because a lot of times, the relationship itself can help the healing process, but you have to acknowledge and be on the journey of healing. And if you're not on the journey of healing, the truth is it's not going to matter. You're not ready. So the first thing is this. First way you know you're not ready, you keep getting triggered by everything they do. And the trigger reminds you of the other relationship. It reminds you. But you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is that Vexilla? You don't have to be fully healed. No, that's a misnomer. That's what people say all the time. A lot of times, but you have to be on the journey to healing. A lot of relationships, and let me be clear about this. A lot of relationships will either help you heal or help you go away from healing, or either reopen the wound. Because in the relationship, you may meet a partner that this partner will help you navigate the process. Okay, help you navigate the process. My wife went through a part in her life when this was about 4 years ago when she wrote her first book, and she went through a depression stage about a year, and it was about things that happened in her childhood. Well, I actually helped her heal that part of her life. It took us a solid year, and at the end of the year, my wife is a comedian. She did a one-woman show that was fabulous. I mean, it was unbelievable. 500 people in the building. And then they cried, they laughed. And what I told her was, in our relationship, I'm going to help you heal. Okay. My job is to help you heal. And that's right. But if you keep getting triggered, and so here's the problem. Because what we do is, listen to me carefully, why you're not ready, is because we attach something real emotions to something that is not real. Here's what I'm saying. You feel it really, but the thought is nothing more than a thought, especially if they have given you no reason, no indication of why you should feel this way. You're simply feeling this way because of you're still attached to the past. You're still attached to that person. And what I mean by that, you may not want to be with them, but you're attached to the emotional effect that the person had on you. Okay. And when you're still attached to the emotional effect that the person had on you, then you're not ready for the next relationship. I'm not saying, again, that you have to be fully healed. What I am saying is you have to be on the healing journey. Number two. Ooh, this good. I wrote these down. I wrote them down, y'all. Number two. All right, number two. I'm not even going to say them the way I want to say them. Oh, number two. You have not taken responsibility for your part in the demise of your last relationship or ships. See, what I always tell people is, listen, is even though a person may have cheated on you, they may have done something, but you had a part, not in the cheating, but in the relationship itself. And everything you did was not perfect. And what happens is when I work around people, when I work with people who always say I was great, I was this, I was that, and then when I get to the core of it and I dig deeper and deeper and deeper and peel back these layers, I realize, wait a minute, hold on. Your ass did some foul shit in the relationship. And so what I'm saying is you have to be willing to say, you know what? I'm willing to take responsibility for my part I cannot absolve myself of responsibility of my part. Whenever you do that, then the scales are skewed. So you think that I have nothing to work on. I don't have any way to improve. I can't become a better version of myself. And so what happens is that you go into every relationship saying that the other people were at fault. Now, you know what's going to happen? The common denominator is you. And I'm not saying that you are, that you were completely to blame. But yeah, everybody has some responsibility in a relationship. But you've got to be willing to take your part, take your responsibility. And if you're not willing to do that, you're not ready. You're not ready. Yo, all right. Number three. Y'all, somebody write these down. Because let me look where we are. All right. Number 3. All right. Now, this is a big one. And so this is the requires a deep. And this is why people who don't go to counseling. See, a lot of times you go to marriage counseling with people who don't know how to marriage counsel. You go to marriage counseling with like your pastor or something. And a lot of times the pastor relationship messed up too. Now, I know some who have great relationships, y'all. I do. But I know some who got messed up relationships who counseling people. And what happens is this. Here's the next one. The next one is, so they tell you stuff like the man should serve the woman always. I've heard things like that. Okay, fine. All right. Or they tell you absolutes like the man or the woman should do this. And see, you know why that relationship is faulty? Why that's faulty information is because you never base a relationship of two individuals on your belief in terms of the way that they should be. What I always tell people is this: you counsel people on what works and what doesn't work. See, in my relationship, there are things that work, all right? Things that work that other people wouldn't do. The way me and my wife talk to each other, the way we joke, some people would never do that, but that works for us. That lets us be free and be fun, but other relationships can't do it. And so what happens is when you give absolute advice, when you tell people you absolutely have a gender role, men should do this, women should do that, you're headed for a disaster. If you go into a relationship, as opposed to looking at the relationship of we're going to do what works for us, you look at the world around you to determine what your relationship should be like. Yeah, the pastor got a relationship, but that's a persona, y'all. That's how he looks outside. You don't know what's going on behind the closed doors. You don't know what's going on. They ain't had sex in over a year. You don't know what's going on. He talked to her like she a dog. You don't know what's going on. You don't know. And so you make an assessment. You make a general assessment based off of things that you think are real. And the truth is, all people are doing is sending their representative. Everybody sends their representative. And so what I'm going to say is some pastors are great, and not just pastors. You know what? But there are some out there who are doing great work. Some out there who have great marriages. And I'm going to tell you something else. There go my pastor right there. Listen, I'm going to tell you some out there doing great work. If you listen to this, and I know this is going to sound crazy. If you have, would you take advice from I watched the show, the 600-pound show, and I'm not knocking on them because they're 600 pounds. Y'all, for those of you who know me, I struggle with my weight. But I would not go to them to tell me how to lose 300 pounds. I wouldn't. All right. So what we're doing many times, and this is not just pastors, this is anybody, y'all. This is anybody. People are getting advice from broken people. You are taking advice from people who are broken, who have broken relationships, and then they're telling you, girl, look, if I was you, here's what I would do. If I was you, I'd leave his ass alone. If I was you, I'd do this. And then the last 3 relationships that they had didn't work. I'm just saying, y'all, let's be honest. Let's stop faking. Let's stop putting stuff around that ain't working. Now, I know you ain't going to agree with everybody's advice, and everybody counseling you is not the right thing. I got that. But the truth is Yo, you gotta be willing. You gotta be willing to go to somebody who not a perfect relationship by far. There are none. If that's what you're looking for, keep looking. You're probably gonna be by yourself for good. But here's how I can tell. Can I tell you how I know a relationship is good or not? I got a key. I got a way, right? I got a way. Here's how I know. Look at the relationship. And this is how you know the relationship is good. Not if they have fun together, any of that. That's not the way you know. The way you know a relationship is good is how do they work through conflict? All right? Because every relationship is going to have conflict. Every single one of them is going to have conflict. The question is going to be, how do they work through it? Because a great relationship is not devoid of conflict. Every relationship, you're right, every relationship is gonna have conflict. Mary said, proceed with caution when speaking on your relationship with others. I get you on that one. I got you on that one. But if you are in the process of telling somebody how to have a great relationship, then what you want to know is how you work. I want to know how you work through y'all conflict. That right there alone will tell me. Not the fact that you've been together 30 years, because you might be together 30 years in a loveless relationship. But you work through some conflict. Y'all still like to hang out. Y'all still wrestling, having fun. Y'all still and accepting each other for who you are. That you can talk to me. You can talk to me. I want to hear everything you got to say. Let me sit at your feet. All right. Number four. All right. Oh, this is a big one, y'all. You aren't willing to become a better version of yourself. See, as we grow, a lot of people want everybody else to change, but you're not willing to become a better version of you. You're not willing to become a better version of yourself. If you're the same person that got out the last relationship going into the next relationship, you're not ready for the next relationship, because even if you think that you were good in the relationship, you gotta want to become a better version of yourself. I want to be a better father. I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better granddad, a pop daddy. That's what it is, growth. And if you aren't willing to grow, so in this, I'm doing a new training. I wrote a book called Just Ask, 50 Questions to Know If He's the One. Now, and in this new masterclass that I'm teaching people how to get to know somebody, how do you really get to know somebody? And one of the things is I tell people is, listen, be willing to ask questions that tap into their subconscious programming. So you can ask conscious questions like, where'd you go to school? How much money you make? What do you do for a living? You can ask, because those are questions that are in my conscious mind. All right. And so what I'm saying is, as subconscious programming like this, tell me, what are the 3 things that you learned from your last relationship? Now, how did you become a better version of yourself from the last relationship you had? Now, what you're doing is you're tapping into their subconscious programming. That kind of questioning goes to the subconscious mind. That's where the true person relies. The answers you get from there is an indicative of who the person is. All right. But what we try to do is get to know somebody on the conscious level by asking them conscious level questions. And you will never get to know somebody on the conscious level. You'll never get somebody, y'all got another word for it, call it surface level. I call it conscious and subconscious because of the way the brain works, the way the mind works. And so what I want to do is tap into. So when we went to Charlotte, y'all remember, hey, Pastor Michelle, remember when we went to Charlotte and we did that dating, we did the mock dating thing, and I told the guy how to ask the questions, because the questions that I got him to ask tapped into her subconscious. Now you get to know who the person is, and all of a sudden the conversation changed, right? And if a person is unwilling to let you go that far, because I'm not asking you any trauma that you had. Yeah, I'm simply so I can figure that out on my own. Coach Ken can show me how to get to the trauma. I just need to know that you're willing to, let's go deeper to find out who you are. And I'm willing to go deeper to find out, to help you find out who I am. And that's, and if they're not willing to become a better version of yourself, y'all listen to me. If you do not, if you do not ask a person, tell me, how have you become better since your last relationship? And they're not, and they can't answer that. I got a few more. I got 50 questions, but what I'm saying, look, be willing to ask it. All right, here go another one. Oh, this is a good one. Number 5. You're not ready for a relationship when you need a relationship to make you happy. I know people who say things like this: all I need now, I got my money, I got my house, I got my car, I even got my dog. But I ain't happy. I wouldn't be happy. I'll be happy if I got in a beautiful, loving relationship. The truth is, that's not true. You think that you'll be happy, but what it is happiness is an inside job. You have to be happy. I always tell people, don't look for somebody to make you happy. Be somebody that makes you happy, and then you will attract somebody that's happy. Oh, that's deep. That's deep. Well, would you like to debate me? I like people to say that's not true. I can give you the link if you'd like to come on. And so I said happiness is an inside job. That's what I said. I said it's an inside job. That's what I said. You said it's not true? Okay, all right. Maybe we got our things crossed up, because I agree that happiness is an inside job. And and I'll say it again. I said, instead of looking for somebody that's going to make you happy, be somebody that makes you happy, and then you will attract somebody happy. All right. Listen, y'all, I'm not even playing with this, because here's why. Let me explain to you why. One of the reasons why, if you look at the human form underneath the microscope, we're all moving. Our body moves. We call it vibration. Our cells and everything, we're moving, right? And so what happens is this: we operate on a vibrational frequency. Y'all, there have been studies on this. This does not contradict spirituality, doesn't contradict God's word or anything. Listen, so you said that I will be happy when I get a relationship, and you said that's not true. Type what you said. Oh, no. I'm sorry. No, I said that's not true. Okay, gotcha. All right. Thank you so much. I apologize. So what I'm saying is that what happens is the way we feel. I'm not trying to fight you. I ain't trying to fight you. I promise you, I'm not. I'm not trying to fight you. I promise I'm not. But look, I'm gonna say this to y'all. Every time we all operate on a vibrational frequency, all right? And the more you rate, and what determines the frequency, y'all, is our emotions. Okay. And I don't have time to go. That's another thing. The law of vibration, the law of manifestation, the law of attraction. That's a whole nother class that I'm going to teach. But just know this: the more you feel a certain way about a certain thing, the more you feel good. You ever notice how you attract good things? The more you feel bad, the more you attract the people in your life that feel bad. More things, that right there begets that. All right. And so what I'm saying to you is this. Is what we're going to do is, when you are happy, when you endeavor to raise your vibrational frequency with your emotions. In my course, I got 20 women, and I'm teaching them, I've taught them the vibrational frequency emotional scale. And I tell them, a lot of times you'll notice when you're in a depressed state, all you're attracting around you is other people who are in a depressed state. That's when they come up with that whole thing, birds of a feather flock together, right? Because of that, y'all. And your job is not to figure out how you're going to attain the thing. That's God's job. God already said you believe. And so what happens is, he says, confess, believe, receive, right? Okay. But in confession, what happens is when you believe, he says, I believe that I'll receive it, your vibrational frequency goes up. Now you begin to attract all of the things in your life that are on that frequency. And I tell people, my job ain't to get you to believe that you will attract, especially my ladies. My job, many of them are in relationships now. My job is not to get you to believe you're going to get a man. That's not my job. Watch this. My job is to raise your vibrational frequency that the man that you want, the level that he's on. That's why many of them are in relationships now. That's why they've attracted these relationships, because they raised their frequencies. Not that they were looking for the man, they were looking for the emotion that the frequency he was on. Yo, that right there is a whole nother level, y'all. And so my job as a coach, my job is not to make you believe that you're going to get a man. It's not. My job is to make you a better version of yourself. Raise your vibrational frequency, feel better about yourself, and you will raise your frequency to the level that he's on. It's a whole different approach, y'all. And so many people are negative. They like everybody, all men cheat, all men ain't shit. And then you say all of this and you stay on that frequency. And nobody that you desire is on that frequency. So what? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you keep saying it, the more you keep attracting the people on that frequency, and you don't know why. Yeah. That's right. The work in me grows because I work on me. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Right, right. And that's it, y'all. Y'all, that's it. That is it. I'm just saying. All right. And so another reason, another way, I want you to do another way. We're almost done. Another way that you know that you're not ready for the relationship, and you can get ready, y'all. Y'all can get ready. All right. You're not willing to get good at conflict resolution. There are some amazing brothers out here. Absolutely. Some amazing brothers. And y'all, and I'm not going to let people talk about men like they ain't shit. No, stop that. It's just as many females who are not shit as it is men who are not shit. The truth is, we all need to come up. What I want to do, and this is one of my coaching friends told me, she told me this. She said, listen, I'm not going to call him a slug, but what I am going to say is I'm going to get you to the point where you begin attracting men and women who are in alignment with you, in alignment with your vision, in alignment with what you desire. Because what happens is you're attracting people who are not in alignment, with you. And so, but it's all because the frequency you're on. You keep saying negative stuff. You keep saying stuff like, I don't need no man. You keep saying, and the more you confess that, the more you get that. The more you keep saying that, I don't need all men cheat. That's not true. All men don't cheat. Yo, there was a study recently that said they were talking about cheating, because I was wanting to see the numbers. Because people say in study, so they said 23% of men cheat is basically what the study said, but 19% of women cheat too. So, look, y'all, the number is just that women are better at it than men. That's what it is. Y'all, so quit tripping, y'all. But what you're doing is you're creating resistance in your own life. You're telling yourself, and the reason why you say it is because it's a coping mechanism. It helps you cope with your current situation. And I often say the behavior has to fit the narrative, because if there wasn't something wrong with men and I don't have one, there would have to be something wrong with me. But that's not true. There's nothing wrong with them or you. All we have to do is become a better version of ourselves, raise our vibrational frequency, and get on the same frequency, and let God do the rest. He'll work out the divine interactions. He'll work out the divine encounters. He'll work out where you were at the grocery store looking busted as I don't know what. And he like, ooh, you cute. And it's mine. See, we're looking at the wrong superficial stuff. We're looking at the wrong superficial stuff. And at the end of the day, it's not about any of that. It is not. And so I want you to understand that's what it is. This is what it is. All right. And let me give you two more. And I said you got to be willing to work through conflict. Get good at conflict. If you're not good at it, then find somebody that can teach you how to work through conflict. All right. My pastor has a good marriage with him and his wife. They work through conflict and very well. They not yelling like my first 5 years in marriage, 6 years in marriage, we was yelling, hating each other. We're not hating each other. We just couldn't stand each other. And y'all, the truth of the matter is we didn't hear each other because we weren't willing to listen. But we decided we were going to get good at conflict resolution. And that was 14 years ago. We were married 20 years. And listen, we don't stay mad long. We ain't gonna stay mad long. I can't because we have a solution. We have a system that we created that helps people get through it. All right. And I'm gonna say the last one is this. The last one, and this is truly powerful, y'all. Truly powerful. There was a book, a really good relationship book called His Needs, Her Needs. It's an older book, great book. I've read it twice. Well, I'm on my third, and I always go back and revisit it. And the reason why is because what he said in the book is that we all have 10 basic emotional needs. Okay. And he broke down affection, sexual fulfillment, domestic work. He broke them all down, right? And I realized something this, but each one of those needs fall in a hierarchy in somebody's life. For me, at the time when I was sexual fulfillment is high on my list. Okay. It may not be as high on my wife's list. Well, it is now. But anyway, I'm still quitting. But here's what I want you to say is this: is you have to be willing to understand what your partner's basic emotional needs are, and you got to be willing to meet those. Y'all, you got to be willing to meet those. If you're not willing to meet those, because y'all, whether we know it or not, marriage is an agreement. It is a contract. It is a verbal contract where you say, entering the marriage, that I will meet your needs. Now, we don't put it on paper. That's what you're saying. And we don't look at it that way. But here's the thing. If you don't know your wife's top 3 basic needs are affection, domestic help, and financial security, and then you don't get a job, you don't show her any attention, you don't want to have intimate conversation, and you wonder why she's falling out of love, because you say, well, I'm bringing home, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, but you're not meeting the top 3 needs, and primarily because you don't know what they are. And so when you get married, or if you're in a relationship, you got to, she said financial security is number 1. And for some people, financial security is low on the list. But what I've got to say is be willing to find out what they are. Be willing to find out what they are. So and so what I'm saying is, listen, I'm not saying it's different for every people. I mean, every person or every couple. You cannot assume that what you want, what y'all want, is what we want. Okay. All I'm saying is, look, at the end of the day is this. End of the day is you gotta be willing to meet a person's basic needs. So let me say this to you. I didn't know okay. So I've read the book several times, but this time I'm listening to it, and he said something so powerful. So he said that I've counseled many people who were who were about to get a divorce, and he said the most striking thing that I found out was this. He said that the reason people get a divorce is because they no longer feel like they're in love. They no longer have that feeling of love. You know that feeling when you see it and make your liver quiver and all of that stuff, and you be like, "Ooh!" And when they come in the room, you just get excited now. And he said that what happens is the reason why the emotion goes away is because the people, their needs aren't being met. When the other person begins to start meeting their important needs, all of a sudden they start to feel in love again. And I was like, wow, I didn't know. I mean, it was so powerful. And I had to stew on that revelation because I'm like, wow, I was like, dang, that makes sense to me. So what I'm going to say is this, is I know sometimes there are extenuating circumstances where a person maybe can't meet your needs. I get that. That might be one need. But you have to be willing to look at the person in totality and say, all right, these are your top 5 needs. I maybe can't meet the sexual needs because I have something wrong with me or something has gone on. I understand that. But these other 4, I can meet them and I got to be willing to. And y'all, and that right there, y'all, is powerful. That's powerful, y'all. And so, what I'm saying, you said I'm willing to look into the top 3 needs. Yeah, I'm trying to meet my wife's needs, and I didn't realize, y'all, like some people. I used to think, all right, I did a survey in my group, and most of the women in my group make good money. I asked them where did financial security fall on their list because I thought that it was like number one. I was just thinking, right? And each one of them said it was like 4 to 7 to 8. And I was like, what? Because they're already making money. And then they said, well, with that, and I was like, dang, if I make the assumption that a person's needs are this and that's not their need without delving into who they are, I've made a grave mistake. The relationship can't work like that. It won't work like that. Whew, that's it for me, y'all. I'm done. Hey, listen, I am done. I'm done. I'm done. But before I go, somebody said number 1 financial for me. But before I go, listen, y'all, I want to say thank y'all because you could be anywhere in the country tonight. You could be tuned in to anybody else. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of you so much. And listen, y'all know my brand is growing. Tell the people about me, y'all. I mean, my followers are growing and my subscribers are growing, and I can only say thank you. And I don't endeavor to be famous. My wife already loved me. All right. I endeavor to empower people. And at the end of the day, that is all that matters. That is all. The rest of the stuff, all this other stuff is nothing, means nothing. How much money you have, how many big houses, all of that. At the end of the day, you can't take it with you. But how many people's life is different because it's changed because you lived. It's changed because you lived. That is my objective. That is my objective. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I wasn't trying to start a fight with you. You know I watch your page too. I was trying to start a fight with you. I love to interview you. Me and you get on and do something. Is it on my? I'm not sure. I want to pronounce your name right. And somebody asked, how can you get on? And listen, how can you get on a session with me? What I will say is this: go up to my profile or inbox me, and you just click it and get a discovery session, and let's talk. I do discovery sessions, and let's do a deep dive. But if you just have a question you want to ask, a lot of people inbox me with questions on Instagram at Coach Ken Canion. Listen, go to my YouTube channel, Coach Ken Canion. I'm growing my YouTube, y'all. I had it's funny. I had 82 followers 6 months ago. I mean, 6 weeks ago. Well, 6 months ago, I had 82. 6 weeks ago, I had 82. Today, I got 2,300. My TikTok is 130,000. Facebook, I got 60 something, almost right at 60,000. And y'all, and so at the end of the day, I just want to do this work. That is it. I just want to do this work, y'all. So if you want to get in touch with me on anything, all you got to do is hit me there. And y'all, listen, that is my time. That is my time. Hold on, let me get some parting music. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Hold on. I got to get me something to get us out of here. Let's take us out. Take us out. Okay. Oh my. Okay. Oh my. I like that. Oh my. Let's get on and let's do something. Because I've watched many of your things before. So let's do something. Hold on, y'all. Let me get on. Let me get on. And let me take us out of here. Y'all ready? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Connected to Ken's iPhone. Here we go. Ready to love you, babe. You said I usually get a snip of it of you on TikTok. It's a great catch-up coaching. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they want TikTok won't let you get that much. You get 3 minutes. All right, y'all. That's my time. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you so much. Remember, every journey starts with one step. Take yours today. Amine, let's connect. Let's do something. All right. Peace. See y'all later.